Welcome to the Employco HR Chat. I'm Rob Wilson, President of Employco. With me is Jason Eisenet, our Vice President of HR.
Hi, everyone.
Thanks for joining us for this week's HR Chat. So, Jason, one of the latest HR or employment buzz phrases that every year or every other year there seem to be new is quiet quitting.
Yeah, sweeping the nation. Growing. It's not a trend on TikTok yet, but it's a trend in the workplace.
So tell us more. What is quiet quitting?
So quiet quitting is when employees are not engaged. They are doing the bare minimum. They're doing their job description, but they're definitely not going above and beyond.
So not an overachiever.
Definitely not an overachiever. So quiet quitting could mean they're just doing the bare minimum, could mean they're actively disengaged and doing below the bare minimum, but they are definitely not outperforming and putting in extra effort.
So it's either, I'm doing the minimum, maybe I'm going to get fired because I don't want to work and I want to get unemployment, or I just don't like my job, but you're doing the minimum to get by.
Yeah, so a statistics that I just came across today is about a third of the employees, about 32% of employees in the United States are engaged. So that's where they feel like they're getting the training development, they're putting forth extra effort. So if only a third of the employees in the United States are engaged, that means 2/3 are either just kind of meeting their bare minimum or actively disengaged. Those are 2/3 of the workplace who are quiet quitting. Those are the ones we have to worry about in getting them back engaged. So we have 4 tips where we can help, or where managers can do more. Set expectations, get on the same page with the employee in terms of their job description, their duties, and the cadence. Do performance evaluations. Maybe that's the annual performance review.
Do it more often.
Yeah.
If you caught one of our previous HR chats who was on performance management performance reviews, do them more often. Don't wait and do it once a year.
It doesn't have to just be this formal where you have the formal. It could be informal where you're talking about kind of the things that you've noticed on a project or job duties. So it doesn't have to be formal. Informal, more frequent.
And that really goes with your first tip of providing clear expectations.
Yeah, exactly.
Be clear.
The third tip for helping reduce quiet quitting is provide additional training development opportunities. So this is where you're giving opportunity for employees to maybe do external or internal training. Maybe they're shadowing some coworkers in the workplace. Maybe they're going external for seminars. But employees really become more engaged when they have the opportunity to grow, either laterally or learn new opportunities. It doesn't necessarily mean a promotion, just learning new pieces of the kind of the business or their job. And the final tip is related to kind of bettering your managerial skills. So that could be setting expectations and performance, but it's also soliciting feedback from the employee. How do you think that your job is going? How do you think the department or company is doing? Right. What can I as a manager be doing better? Leading by example.
Yeah, enhance your communication. Be clear with your communication and have it more often.
Yeah, so a combination of these 4 tips really will help reduce that quiet quitting, which means you're getting more employees actively engaged.
When you look at that engagement percent, that's pretty frightening from a workplace standpoint, just to see that a third of your employees are engaged and 2/3 are not.
Yeah, exactly.
And who knows of those 2/3 how many are quietly quitting? And the statistics of people looking for additional jobs right now is pretty high. When you hear that 40% of workers would leave for a 5% raise, and 53% of people in the workplace are not necessarily actively looking, but looking for new jobs. So quietly quitting, get them more engaged and move that needle past the third.
Yeah, if you have any questions, hr@employco.com. That email comes to us. I can field those questions, and I'd love to help any way I can.
Great. Thanks for joining us.